Welcome to the California Speedway, or as you guys may know it, Auto Club Speedway. We are here for the 7th round of the DRL Summer Series season, the penultimate race of the season at the California Speedway for the Auto Club 500. I'm Logan, and once again I will be joined by Andrew after he missed the last race at Texas, where we had a wild finish to that one, and Will Parrish unfortunately could not bring home the win as he did not hit under the last caution and ran out of fuel. We'll have to see if we can get any thrillers like we did possibly at Minnesota today here at Auto Club. It is one of my favorite tracks in this game, and I hope we get a good race from it here today. Now, coming into this race, Bradley Reim holds a 26-point lead over our last winner, Brian Webb, who got the win at Texas, and he and third-place pointsman Angel Gutierrez have both been top 5 in points, both been top 5 in the last 2 races, and including sweeping the top 2 spots at Texas. Gutierrez comes in 36 points behind. He starts on the last road here today. Zachary Fitzwater is 39 points behind, and then tied for 5th is Shakur McKenzie, who starts on the outside pole, and Brian Durrani both stuck at 41 points behind. Reim must finish 12th or better to clinch the title here today, which is halfway through the field, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. Bradley Reim, big day for him here. We could see them clinch the title a race early, and it is only an 8-race season, and it has just been a very impressive season for Bradley Reim. His worst finish was last time out at Texas, and it was still only 13th. So, without further ado, let's get these engines fired, and let's see what the top 10 starting lineup looks like here for the Auto Club 500. So the engines fire here at the California Speedway. Skylar Taylor in the number 14 will start on the pole as we are preparing for 25 laps around this 2-mile racetrack. That is unfortunately dead in real life now, but we will still keep bringing it back here in the game. Shakur McKenzie, as previously mentioned, starts on the outside pole. Behind him is the 18 of Riley Sampson, who's not had a great year so far, been involved in some accidents, starting from the 3rd spot today, and Sam Osgood to his outside in the 4th spot. Starting in P5, Tanner Parton on the inside of row number 3, alongside the teammate to Shakur McKenzie, Daytona winner Annie Thomas. Starting in the 7th spot, Titan Nicholas in the 34, and to his outside, we've got Nathan Stapleton, the Darlington winner, not the Darlington winner, but the Watkins Glen winner, Nathan Stapleton, to his outside and starting in the 8th spot. In P9, Will Parrish, who were so close to the race win last week at Texas, and Bradley Reim starts in the 10th spot. He needs Brian Webb to finish in the tops here. He does not want Brian Webb to finish in the top 6 here today. Brian Webb starting back in the 20th spot in the 6th car. We'll have to see what he can do. If he can get a top 6, he can stay mathematically eligible for this championship. So, pace car is coming off of turn number 4 right now onto the D-shaped front straightaway, and at the D-shaped oval here at Auto Club. Skylar Taylor, with the field in her hands for the 2nd time this season, is going to take the green flag in the Auto Club 500. We are underway. And it is going to be Riley Sampson from the 3rd spot coming to take the lead on lap number 1 as we complete lap number 1 of 25. Titan Nicholas on his way up through the field here as well. Will Parrish on the inside lane, and as you saw on the outside, they lose some grip. It's 3 wide back in here. Tanner Parton on the outside of Matt Harper and Annie Thomas back in here. So Shakur McKenzie falling back through the field as well, as both the Penrite cars are stuck on the outside. But up front, Riley Sampson starting to pull away. Will Parrish already on the move here, trying to get back to the lead and try and get a race win before the season ends. As we said, this is the penultimate round, and for the guys who are nowhere close in the championship, 23 of the drivers, their game is only to win. 2x2 back here, 4 wide back in the pack. Look at Caleb Rose on the inside in that 88. And some contact there. Stapleton, his teammate, going up 5 wide off of turn number 2.
Incredibly managing to sort that one out. 3 by 3 by 3 throughout the pack. Chaos still managing not wreck this a wide track here in California. But up front, it's all Riley Sampson coming to take lap number 4, chased by Will Parrish.
Sampson coming out with a 2-car length lead, which translates to about 0.2 of a second here at Auto Club with the speeds that they go. An average speed of 194 miles an hour already. As here comes Will Parrish getting the push from Matt Harper, and Skylar Taylor has rejoined these guys as well. She's on the back bumper of the 23, but they continue to move back in here. Skylar Taylor now looking 3 wide for the second spot as Parrish clears to the front. And Skylar Taylor got Harper on her outside, just holding his ground, but I don't know how much longer they can make that last. The grip on the outside is not that great, but Harper's got a great run coming off of turn number 4, trying to clear Taylor, while Parrish takes the lead, and now he's got 2 or 3 car lengths back to the 23 and the 14 as well. As we go back towards the back end of the top 10, Ryder Hunter making his way up front here, Kagami Awoye in the 35, and Ryan Durrani in the Castro number 55 is up here as well. This is right at the back end of the top 10. And there's Bradley Reim battling with Derek Alexander for about the 13th spot, but we've still seen no sign of Brian Webb.
And now a move for the race lead. Will Parrish on the outside, Harper on the inside. Harper is just going to get it at the stripe here, followed by Skylar Taylor. Those two are going to pass Will Parrish for first and second, respectively. The pack closing in. Here is Brian Webb, who I believe is in front of Bradley Reim in the 7th position right now, trying to chase down those leaders.
And he passed Ryder Hunter to move into the top 6, which is right where he needs to be if he wants to get a shot at this title heading into the finale at Armory Digital. 3 wide for third now. And the other new lawn car of Angel Gutierrez moving up to the 3rd spot now. 2nd last week at Texas. Will Parrish stuck on the outside lane there, as well as Riley Sampson, and his Skylar Taylor and Matt Harper starting to pull away on lap number 7. As they run about a car length apart. Then it's Gutierrez, Harper's teammate back here. Caleb Rose, I believe this is in the 88. Yes, it is. And Brian Webb sneaking into the top 5 now as Reim continues to fall back in the 11. Back by his teammate Dylan Cunningham now as you look at the back of the field. David Dawn and Maxie Chilton patrolling the back for now, but it is an ever-evolving door back here as guys continue to move up and down the field. Look at Skylar Taylor starting to get a run here on Matt Harper. She's right on the back bumper of the 23.
Matt Harper just managing to hold this one off. Skylar Taylor looking to the inside, not quite committing yet. Here she goes, getting to the inside of that quarter panel. The rest of the field still chasing. Brian Webb up to the 3rd position, while Bradley Reim's in the back of the pack. Move into turn number 3 for the race lead. It's going to be Skylar Taylor trying to make it.
Skylar Taylor down, painting that white line through 3 and 4. And off of 3 and 4, she's not going to be clear. Matt Harper holding really strong on that outside lane, as we've seen multiple times today already. But here comes Brian Webb, trying to get to the race lead here and win his 2nd race in a row in the Ken Block Tribute. The number 6 there. To the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Taylor's up in the middle. Matt Harper on the outside, but it's going to be Brian Webb down low, getting the push from Ryder Hunter. Zachary Fitzwater's up here as well in the 5, but they're not really working together as well, and it's 3 by 3 up front. Skylar Taylor holding strong in that middle, but it looks like it's going to be Brian Webb clearing for the lead on lap number 9 of 25.
And isn't this just exactly what he needed for this championship, leading us into lap number 10 of 25 here in the Auto Club 500. It's going to be Brian Webb in the lead of this race. Where is Bradley Reim right now? You have to look far back in the pack because we have some chaos over here, 3 by 3. All the way at the tail end of the pack on the outside, we can find our points leader. Just perfect for Brian Webb right now. Can he manage to hold it?
Yeah, both Reim and Dylan Cunningham are back here. Cunningham's patrolling the rear of the field. Bradley Reim back in the 19th spot right now. Not what he needs, but we're still not even halfway through this Auto Club 500 yet. Brian Webb out front, Zachary Fitzwater 2nd, Derek Alexander, the Minnesota winner, in 3rd as we run right now. That's rounding out the podium. Then Ryan Durrani and Titan Nicholas round out the top 5, but it is still anyone's race yet as all of the field maintains within the 3-second gap of Brian Webb the last time by at the line. And everyone still in this pack, no problems at all. But Riley Sampson getting put in the middle once again after he led the first lap of this race. That's Kagami Owoye going by, who was also up front for much of the Texas race, but could not get it done. Single file up at the front, but Zachary Fitzwater's got a run here. But Derek Alexander's going to take it first. Will they be 3 wide, or will it just be Alexander the inside for the second spot?
Alexander might not just go for second. He looks like he's going for first. Brian Webb going down to block that one. The Castrol car of Ryan Durrani now coming into this battle, making a move for third place on Zachary Fitzwater.
And Ryan Durrani, who has come close to winning a race this season, but has not been successful in that quest so far after he dominated Daytona last year. Gonna try. It looks like it's his best shot yet so far of the season at Auto Club here. He moves into the 3rd position now, and the race is starting to settle out here up front, as a lot of these guys are still the same ones we have seen since about lap 5 or so. And so that's spelling good news for Brian Webb here, who is trying to make, or has gotten back to the lead, and Derek Alexander is hungry for more, looking for his 2nd win of the season as well in number 8, R&J Battery Chevrolet, to the inside, painting that line, and Derek Alexander's clear for the lead off of turn number 4. Halfway through the Auto Club 500 already, as this race going by real quick.
Alexander just pulling away from this pack, as we see Brian Webb falling back to 3rd now on the outside lane, just like Riley Sampson did at the beginning of the race. Out front, though, Alexander still having a little bit of an advantage over this truck assist car, looking to the inside for the race lead into 3.
And there goes Titan Nicholas back to the lead here at Auto Club. Andy Thomas to the inside for 2nd now, looking for her 2nd win of the season as well. Lots of guys who have won already this year up front. But it might still be just a new winner, such as Titan Nicholas, who has not won since Indianapolis last year. Looking for a win after he's starting to experience a fall-off in performance lately. But Annie Thomas has been up front all race. She started in the 6th spot. And now Will Parrish coming back as well as we come to 10 to go this time by. He's 3 wide for the 3rd spot, but he can't make it stick, and Ryan Durrani's going to close the door to 3rd. Still a battle up front between Thomas and Nicholas now, as they're going to be drag racing to the line here for 10 to go in the Auto Club 500. Annie Thomas is going to just nab it by a bumper.
Annie Thomas, your Daytona 500 winner, out front, followed by last year's Daytona 500 winner, Ryan Durrani. Will Parrish right behind him on the inside. The outside not having that much luck as Titan Nicholas starts falling back. So is Brian Webb. We know how important those points can be. Also, Riley Sampson, welcome back to the front of the group. He is moving up into the 8th position and looking for more.
Webb starting to fall back here at just the wrong time as we're running out of time here at Auto Club. But guys moving up in the right direction lately. Ryder Hunter in this 56, breaking into the top 5 for the first time today. Riley Sampson's on his way back up, marching through the pack, as well as Caleb Rose. And 3 wide back here for Sampson as he breaks to 4th all of a sudden. He's got about 4 cars in one corner there, but it is Will Parrish going to the race lead here on lap number 17. Ryder Hunter is right there as well as they go by Annie Thomas. I don't know if Parrish is going to clear Hunter into this corner. He's not. And Ryder Hunter back to the lead, for the first time today in the 56. As we take 7 laps to go here at the Auto Club Speedway. Caleb Rose up in the top 5 now. Derek Alexander is still holding on, but Brian Webb has fallen back to 12th. And Bradley Reim is not far behind him in the 17th spot at the line last time by. He's just biding his time, and I think he was counting on Brian Webb to kind of falter up there because Webb is still struggling to get back down to the inside and in a position to advance forwards.
Hunter taking the lead, followed by our lap number 1 leader, Riley Sampson. That tradie car still managing just to hold out in front, but expect a move from Riley Sampson here. Now just a handful of laps to go. Back here, Will Parrish on the outside of this 3 wide, still falling back after being up front for a majority of the beginning of the race. But 3 wide over here, and Brian Webb still not able to get down to the inside.
And it is getting dicey back in the middle of the pack here. As we get closer and closer to the end of the race, these guys are getting more desperate to move up, and a lot of shuffling there. Cars on the apron making their pit stops. Owen Miles in the 25. Zachary Fitzwater in the 5 are down the pit lane as the field takes lap number 19. Or is that 20? I believe that is lap 20. We got 6 laps to go at Auto Club. Pit stops are happening here. Ryder Hunter, Annie Thomas run up front as Sampson is on the outside now, but we're going to watch Miles and Fitzwater to see how many tires they take, and if someone could pull strategy here by maybe taking a fuel only. Jacks are up on the 25 of Miles and the 5 of Fitzwater, as it looks like the rest of the pack will come down the pit lane here with just 5 measly laps to go. Miles and Fitzwater are out. Who's staying out on the track? One of the Coca-Cola Erebus cars, and I believe that is David Dawn in the 9. Going to take the lead here in lap 21. As we watch what the pit stops are going to be for the leaders here. Will it be the same as Miles and Fitzwater? Is someone going to jump these guys? Maybe Bradley Reim's got something up his sleeve to try and clinch this championship. As we're following Ryder Hunter, who came down the pit road first. And it looks like right side tires only for the 56. And I believe that was the call for Miles and Fitzwater as well. Skylar Taylor, Annie Thomas, Shakur McKenzie, all on the pit lane, and most of the field is, except for the 9 of David Dawn. Hunter's going to lead them off the pit lane here. And Fitzwater, I believe he was just going by. A couple more cars coming off the pit lane here. But Hunter is still way out in front. Followed by Thomas, followed by the 34 of Nicholas, followed by Alexander, followed by Matt Harper in the 23. And there's Fitzwater and Miles catching up to these top 5 right now. As they get back up to speed on this 2-mile track, you got to get up to speed as quick as you can if you're Ryder Hunter, if you want a shot at this win. It's going to be still 4 laps to go for these guys. Ryder Hunter is going to beat David Dawn off the pit lane as well, and it looks like it's going to be Ryder Hunter's race to lose here as we come to 3 to go this time. Annie Thomas is closing in the 26 as Dawn's in the grass on the pit exit trying to stay out of the way of everyone. And there are some big gaps opening up back here for the field after that round.
Ryder Hunter just trying to hold on for these final few laps, coming to 3 laps to go as he exits turn number 4. Onto the front stretch, being chased down by one of the 2 Penrite cars. I believe that's Annie Thomas. And Alexander just back there in 3rd, also trying to get his 2nd win of the season. 3 laps to go here in the Auto Club 500.
And that is Angel Gutierrez back and forth, but I don't see any sign of Brian Webb back here. He's running in the 13th spot. Bradley Reim is in 19th, and the 11 as well. I believe this is him right here. So still running in the back, but Webb has just not done enough in this race. As we got a pass for the lead here, Annie Thomas to the inside of Ryder Hunter, coming to 2 to go in the Auto Club 500. We could get our cameras out here. Derek Alexander is getting a good draft up to this group as well. 2 to go in the Auto Club 500 as we go 3 wide for the lead. Derek Alexander is going to send it down there.
Derek Alexander putting all the cards and the chips onto the table. He's risking it all for his 2nd win. 1.5 laps to go here. Trying to chase down Annie Thomas on the outside. Harper now up in this battle. 4 cars going for the win. Entering turn 4 to come to the last lap of the Auto Club 500.
Derek Alexander going to take the white flag here at Auto Club. Annie Thomas is falling back in the 26. Can she get enough of a draft to come back to Derek Alexander? Or is Alexander going to steal the 2nd race win of the season away? Angel Gutierrez right on the bumper of Thomas back here as well. Has been on a really hot streak as of late. But still no wins for that 31 as Hunter has fallen back to the 4th spot. But no one has anything for Derek Alexander, who is going to come through 3 and 4 once again. Thomas on that inside lane, trying to make up as much ground as possible, but it's not going to be enough, and it's not going to be close for Derek Alexander, who takes his 2nd win of the season in the Auto Club 500. And back in the back of the pack, but still running, Bradley Reim is going to be your 2023 DRL Summer Series champion. after finishing 21st in this race, but Brian Webb, 13th, is not going to be enough for him. Alexander takes the win at Auto Club, and Bradley Reim clinches the championship 1 round early at the penultimate event. And Armory Digital should be a super fun one now, as all of these guys just go for the win. But Derek Alexander taking his second win of the season in this 8 car, and his second win in 3 races. It's felt like it should have been a lot longer than that, but Alexander came into this race 10th in points, 60 points back. He was completely out of it for sure. And Bradley Reim, we'll talk a lot about him at Armory Digital when we get there as well, but your champion for the 2023 DRL Summer Series, and it cannot be understated how impressive that is to clinch it a race early and only an 8th race championship. Congratulations to Bradley Reim and the number 11 team. So, seeing points might right now be a little more redundant than it usually is, but I think that was a great race. The gap at the line, 1300ths of a second back to Thomas from Alexander in your top 10. Derek Alexander, Annie Thomas, Angel Gutierrez, Ryder Hunter, Owen Miles, Kagami Owoye, Zachary Fitzwater, Will Parrish, Titan Nicholas, and Caleb Rose is your top 10 here from the Auto Club 500. Pole sitter Skylar Taylor finished all the way back in the last spot, which is a shame to see for her, but we'll have to see what she can do and what all of these guys can do in the Verizon Finals at Armory Digital. Next time out, the last race of the season, we could not be more excited to head back up to Washington State for the Armory Digital Super Speedway. We'll see you then. Congratulations to Bradley Reim and Derek Alexander for winning this race, and Bradley Reim for clinching the DRL Summer Series Championship a race early, and we will see you at Armory Digital. Down to the points.